Hello, cinema peeps.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to another episode of Talkie Tuesday, the quarantine edition.
Is that what we're calling it? The quarantine edition?
I mean, when you look back on these episodes later on, I think it's, worthy enough to note.
That's a good idea. Actually, slightly off topic. In Animal Crossing, you can send yourself a letter to your future self.
Oh, really?
So I timed a letter to be sent to me like sometime in March, talking about the apocalypse and how all the toilet paper's gone. So I'm just going to receive that next year and be like, right, that was fucking weird.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of toilet paper, I ordered Skip the Dishes for dinner tonight.
Ooh.
And apparently at Earl's, you not only can you just order dishes and stuff like that, but they have groceries because they're doing a whole pantry donation kind of thing, or just pantry program.
Yes.
But you can order toilet paper from Earl's too. $1 per roll.
I mean, that's pretty good in this economy.
Right? So it's I'm going to have a burger and I'll have a side of toilet paper, please.
Can I get my toilet paper? Oh, can I get that with a side of wipes or wipes or
Yeah, 1 ply or 2.
Ooh, 2-ply girl.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of a lot of places they'll offer they'll just, if you want to buy stuff from their pantry, they'll do it because they're like, listen, if we ain't gonna use it, might as well give it. Well, I mean, they're not giving it out, but it's a smart way to, still generate revenue and give to the community.
Yeah, why not?
So going back to binging of all the content we were talking about.
Yeah,
so
from last episode.
Yeah. So I watched 2 murder docs.
Ooh.
And I need to keep going, but I'm taking a little pause right now. So I watched the, what is it called? Inside a Killer's Mind. The Inside the Mind of Aaron Hernandez story. And I also watched The Confession Killer. But yeah, I'll start with that one, actually. So The Confession Killer, honestly, big old recommendation. Big old Caleigh recommendation. Ooh. Slap that sticker on it. It's really good. So just for a very small summary, if you for some reason don't know what it is the story of Henry, who was caught for murder. Supposedly, I'm pretty sure they've confirmed it, murder of his girlfriend and this elderly lady. And basically they were taking him to trial, doing the whole yeehaw, and then he sits there and like a boss, he's like, yeah, but Judge, I know we're here for the 2 murders I committed, but what about the other 100 I did? And the judge what? Everybody's like, what? So then they start this task force with the Texas Rangers. And basically it's the story of this task force and how maybe it wasn't as good as they're letting on. Oh man, he did and describe, there's a lot of terrible things described in this doc and a lot of times in other murder docs and everything else. But it was the human element that just creeped under my skin. I think it was episode 3. At the end, I was just of course I'm by myself in the basement at night. And I'm just yeah. It's, like I said, there's a lot of terrible things you can do to a person in this world, but just the way everybody was treating this investigation, all these cases and all the lives that were affected by it, you're just it gets under your skin and you're just oh my goodness.
Ooh, wow.
But I think it's a good, like I said, big recommendation for me, because I think it's important to see, even though like I said, there are terrible people in this world, monsters, killers and stuff, but sometimes there's another layer to it and you're just ooh, my mind blown. Wow,
interesting. I'll have to check that out.
I don't want to spoil, that's why I was trying really hard not to spoil too much, but yeah, it would be a big recommendation for me. The other one, Inside the Mind of Aaron Hernandez, brief summary, he was a football player for the New England Patriots, and so the story was all about the case because he got arrested in 2013 for killing his fiance's sister's boyfriend. Just to make it complicated. And it's all about it's very minimal about the trial, but mostly the actions of this man. And, like, how did he, this guy who, like, murdered this one, like, murdered someone could continue to play professional football. And it's a shorter one. There's only 3 episodes. They are like an hour and 45 each. But like I said, there's only 3, so it's pretty quick, relatively short.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it as much as Confession Killer. I just think I preferred that one over this one.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the way the story was set up, it's weird to say that it's a person study, but that's kind of more what it's about. And it's about what would lead someone to murder another person.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, it still has some interesting points. I just don't like how the editor or the director of it, how they put it all together.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of interesting topics that they dive into, but they only stick their toe in, like, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of just the critique of the structure of it, but otherwise, if a night or two to kill, it's not terrible.
Nice.
But, yeah, just consuming more and more content.
Yes. I actually watched the Dave Bautista movie, My Spy.
Oh yeah?
They put it on Amazon Prime, so my family and I watched it. We were like, oh, this looks like it's supposed to be funny, so we'll check it out.
I'm sorry. Well, I think this is supposed to be funny. Whereas, like, movies try so hard to be like, here's the genre we're in, and your family's just like, well, we suppose it's funny. We just don't know.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, we saw the trailer for it, and it's a comedy.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if it's supposed to be like, directed more towards kids humor or just like, regular,
Mm-hmm.
everybody humor kind of thing. But it reminds me a lot of that one movie back in the day with The Rock, The Game Plan, where he was the football player and it had the little girl from Corey in the house, and she was the daughter. So yeah, it kind of gave me very similar vibes to that movie. It was cute, but it definitely like reared closer to being more like kids humor, I think. But yeah, it was cute.
So this weekend, so we filmed a podcast last week, and Kendra was like, hey, Caleigh, do you mind editing this one? And I was like, yo, no biggie, I got you. I don't have anything on. And Saturday rolls around, and my cord falls out of my computer, and I was like, whatever, and I magnetically snapped it back, and then it wasn't working, and I was like, To be fair, though, my cord has been dying since November. Like, I MacGyvered and taped it up to keep it alive, but it finally was just like, no, I'm going to, as my mom put it, electronic heaven. And I was like, no, this is not the time. So I come upstairs and I'm just like, I'm not having a good day. And then my mom's cleaning the house because she's like, oh, well, I'm trying to get everything ready because we're going to apply for the forever homes. And hopefully those guys will come and renovate our house.
Property Brothers.
Right? Except you can't do that if I don't have a laptop.
Yeah.
The cord that works, so I can edit because you have to do a video submission. And I was like, eh. So I was looking online because I know that Amazon, I'm not sure about everywhere else, but I know Amazon said that they were going to delay shipments unless they were a necessity. And so an Apple charging cord is not a necessity. So they were like, yeah, shipping, you could be there as early as May 23rd.
Honestly, though, I feel like it could also be a necessity just because so many people are working from home. And,
right?
like, you know, you need that laptop charge in
Tell
order to work.
Amazon that. And then, so I just ordered off the Apple store, and they're like, cool, so it's going to come on potentially May 7th. And I was like, really? That is the earliest I can get a cord? So I was like, okay. And then my dad was trying to help me. We were trying to look on Best Buy because you can just go, they have curbside pickup. But trying to look through and figure out what cord would work with my laptop was a nightmare. Because I couldn't find any that had the right model number. So I don't want to spend money on something I don't know is going to work. or fit. And so my mom also tried reaching out to her friends, and people would just like had pictures of like different laptop cords. And that's another thing. Apple, why you gotta be changing your cords so often? Like, come on.
I know, right?
But luckily, my dad, he took some old wire, some old copper, and he stripped it, and he basically, because it's on like the little, I don't know what it's called, but the box. Mm-hmm. The connection from the box to the cord to my laptop was completely like there was no wire. It was just
really?
It was just plastic. So he like shoved some wire to connect it, retaped everything, and now it's working.
Yay!
But of course, it's very touch and go. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I've worked so hard on an editing project in such a long time out of fear that, my laptop was just going to die.
Right? There you go. There's your motivation. Just fear.
Right? Just pure fear. And then I helped my mom film our Forever Home video. So I did that, and I was editing this, and I've just been go, 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 go.
Oh my goodness.
Go, Cadget. Caleigh, fucking improve your life. Oh my God.
Well, fingers crossed that you guys get the Property Brothers to come and do your house.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on today.
That'll be a Cinema Gals exclusive.
Right? It's gonna be good. I hope so. At least I hope. My mom's like, it doesn't have to be anything too fancy. And I was like, I'm gonna make it so good. And then luckily Kendra helped me with my After Effects because that wasn't working. So I was like, how am I? So it was a very stressful weekend, but we made it through. The podcast got uploaded on time somehow.
On time. Woohoo.
So hopefully if this is up, if you're hearing this on the Tuesday, not today, but the Tuesday in the future, then hopefully this will all work out.
Hooray. And thank you to the people that have given us some feedback for our episode that we just uploaded.
Yes.
Previously, our first quarantine edition, as I say.
The quarantine.
We're glad to be there for people. If you need, sometimes it's nice to have something on in the background. Having people talk makes you feel less alone, makes you kind of feel like there's a little more buzz going on. So if that's what you're needing, we're here for you.
We are here to supply. Oh, so my thought was, up to you, Kendra, if you want to talk about this, but I know you already told me you officially finished Tiger King.
Yes, I finished Tiger King.
So would you like to share your views and opinions with the rest of the small pool of listeners we have?
Yes, of course. So I finished it. I will say it was still good. I enjoyed it. It was crazy. It was wild, but I don't think, or I must have built it up a little bit too much in my head. Because everybody was just like, it's so crazy, oh my God. And so I was like waiting for this next big crazy thing to happen. And then by the time it was done, I was just kind of like, well, it was crazy, but it wasn't like as insane as everybody's making it sound. So I feel like I probably built up a lot of that stuff just because everybody else was like, oh my God. But again, lesson learned. That's anybody who's ever had that happen to them about a show tends to kind of feel like they've been left empty-handed because it's been hyped up so much.
Yes.
But yeah, all of that aside, it was very, very intense. And I'm conflicted on if Carol did it or not.
Yo, okay, I should send you Pat, who will probably never hear this, and Stephanie. You guys are great. But they do film theory, which I know I've been pushing on you for like 100 years.
I have watched a few, yeah.
So he actually does one about that.
Oh.
Because he does question if a tiger could eat a human body.
Interesting.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Some nice animal facts, so I'll send that your way.
Yeah, no, I'm conflicted, and everybody keeps asking, do you think she did it or not? And I know a lot of people think she did, and I guess the reason I'm conflicted is because, like, all of the storyline about, like, her husband and, like, him taking the plane and just, like, disappearing somewhere and going incognito, I'm like, you know what, that, I could believe that would happen. He's, like, just based off the persona they've given him and, like, how they described him and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, that's plausible. But then again, it's like, is that what they want you to think?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So it's like,
I think he's for sure dead. There's no doubt in my mind that he is dead.
Yeah. I mean, just based off of all the other craziness going on in that show, it would be hard not to believe it for sure.
Season 2.
Oh my God. It's the Liger King next.
That's all it is. But of course, if you're like, man, Tiger King's too crazy for me, may I suggest Night on Planet Earth?
Oh, what's that one?
Less crazy. It's all about what animals do at night.
Oh.
It's 6 episodes long. I think about 50 minutes a piece. I could be wrong. I know for sure it's 6 episodes. But yeah, so you start off at the savannah. Episode 2 is like up in like Antarctica and like northern Alberta, or not.
Oh, really?
Alberta, but northern Canada. And me and my mom were like, this is just too close to home, because they're like, it is cold. It is frigid. There's a potential they will die if they don't survive.
Oh my God.
And I was like, this is just too, I'm like, yes, this is our reality. Yes.
Yeah, literally.
They also have a really good episode of the ocean. So lots of glow in the dark there. What the fishies do, what the sharkies do. Slightly off topic. When you were talking about the Disney thing, the sing along, it's actually up on Disney Plus.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
The one that Ryan Seacrest did?
Mm-hmm. So now I have no excuses. I'll have to try to watch it.
There you go.
Do you know what I watched on Disney Plus? It was so weird. So I watched, I don't know, I guess I was just going through like an old early 2000s kick, and I watched,
Oh, yeah?
And I watched Freaky Friday.
I watched that too the other day.
Right? Sorry, I watched Princess Diaries first, and then next up was Freaky Friday, which I immediately watched because I was like, yes.
Classics.
Right? And now that is technically a remake of the older one, which I can't remember what that one came out, but I've never seen that one.
The of Freaky Friday?
Yeah.
That one's like, oh my God, that one has to be like 70s at least. Cause
yeah, that was my guess.
Jodie Foster and, oh darn, what's her name? Goldie Hawn?
I don't think it's Goldie. You would know if it was Goldie.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of those classic actresses though, and I can't remember her name right now.
Sure, I'll trust you.
But yeah,
Blind
definitely Jodie Foster when she was little.
Okay. So yeah, I actually haven't watched that one, but apparently they made another remake of it that came out in 2018.
Oh yeah, the actual like made for TV version.
Yeah, and it's a musical.
Oh good God, why does everything have to be a musical?
Right? I don't think I've been hurt so much in quite a while.
Oh gosh.
It was just so weird. Like, I could see what they were trying to do, but it hurt too much.
Yeah.
Because there's this really weird part. Like, the song's okay. They're talking about biology and how, like, you have a crush on somebody and there's, like, the chemistry and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the daughter singing about it. So hold on, sorry, because Freaky Friday's so weird. So the daughter is already swapped with the mom. So the mom is singing about this to her daughter's crush. It's just a little weird. Like, it's just very. If the song was sung before they swap bodies, then I would understand.
Yeah.
But it's not. So it's the mom being like, "Oh my gosh, what's this feeling I have with him?" And I was like, aren't you getting married?
Yeah.
You're still getting married, right?" Like, it was so. Like I said, at first, like, the song's not terrible, but then it gets real uncomfortable, and you're like, that's the mom. He's underage. I don't care what body you in.
I feel like, if a movie's been remade twice, 3 times seems like...
3 times seems like we should make more money.
And also, while we were talking, I was fact-checking. It's not Goldie Hawn. You were right. It's Barbara Harris.
Sure.
Had to fact-check.
Good job. Fact check. Always fact check. Yeah, no, it hurt. I don't know why. I mean, I was lucky I was just playing Animal Crossing, but it hurt.
You win some, you lose some. But man, like, now you got me thinking about, like, all those good classic, like, early 2000s Disney Channel movies and things like that. Or just anything in that realm, because I don't think this one was technically a Disney Channel movie, but, like, a Cinderella story with Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray.
I think I watched that on a Girl Guide sleepover. We may have been, I mean, I could be, actually, yeah, I think we were at Camp Chestermere.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and that was the movie that we had to watch that night.
It was a Cinderella story?
Yeah.
Nice.
And at that point, I was maybe, I don't know, like 13, maybe 14.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was, because for people who don't know, for, like, the age, for, like, because it goes Sparks, Brownies, Girl Guides, and Pathfinders. And I think technically once you hit 14, maybe 15, is when you're technically supposed to move up a level to go to Pathfinders.
Oh, yeah.
But we only had the brownies and Girl Guides.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't a Pathfinders group for us to join. I know they said if we wanted to join another group in another community that we could, but they did offer to let us stay an extra year, me and my friend, to continue the program. And honestly, we were supposed to be leaders, but I don't remember doing dick all. We just basically got another year of being girl guides, and it was dope.
Cool.
Remember we had to do camping a lot? But I mean, it's a lot of girls to go camping with, and man, oh, you know what this made me think of?
What?
So, I can't remember I think it was camp, I don't remember. It was either Camp Evergreen or something, or maybe Camp Chestermere. I'm trying to picture, what it looked like. It might have been Chestermere. I don't know. But the way the layout of the cabin was, because I think we all basically bunked in one cabin.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. And so the main floor was huge. And so majority of the people, and I think it was even within this big main floor, it was broken up into sub rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever your girl guide group was, you would be in that room. And it feels so weird. It was me and my friend and these 3 other girls. We were always shafted. No one wanted to be in our group, I guess. So we were just these awkward kids. We're just whatever. So we just owned it. It was really great. So we got to go upstairs because there was nothing left on the bottom floor, which was fine. We kind of thought it was fun. It was our own secret place, And then I think it was this, because I think we went out Friday. I think it was the Saturday later in the day, the leader's okay, we have to have a sit down, have a talk. And we're all oh, okay. So we're all sitting down and they're talking about how all the girls were pranking each other and how it had gone too far.
Uh-oh.
And of course, they were all on the main level and they didn't bother us. The 5 of us who were upstairs are what are you guys talking about? Pranks? What's going on? And it got so bad that a girl threw another girl's pillow in the urinal. So I mean, yo, it was fun, but girls be vicious. Girls be vicious.
Oh my god.
Rest in peace, that pillow. And honestly, I was a big girl, even younger. All the other little petite girls, I was a big girl. If any of them threw my pillow in the urinal, oh, there would have been hell to pay. I would have knocked them out. I'm lucky it wasn't, so dodged a bullet.
Oh, nice.
Okay, sorry. My last Girl Guide story. I just thought of it now. We also did an overnight at the... Oh, shoot. What is it called? The museum. Shoot. What is it called? Okay. Let me see if I can look it up. You chat about something. I need to figure out what this is.
Okay, I'll riff while you're doing that. Well, one thing that I've decided to do as a quarantine project this summer is, okay. The beginning of the story started with, I discovered I have a white duvet cover in my closet. I pulled it out the other day, and I was like, oh, you know what? This duvet cover's kind of plain looking. I kind of want to spruce it up a little bit. So I decided to go on the Michaels website and see if I could find a tie-dye kit to tie-dye my duvet cover. Because I'm like, you know what? Why not?
Nice.
Nothing else to do. It's a good project. And I can, spruce up my duvet cover. So I did that, and I ordered some tie-dye stuff. And then I found, while I was looking for the tie-dye, these tie-dye floss yarn things, basically the stuff you use to make friendship bracelets, right? And they were on sale, so I was like, you know what? Why not?
The power of friendship.
Right? I'm like, I got nothing else to do. I'll just make friendship bracelets. So that's now becoming my my summer project, is I've just started to learn how to make friendship bracelets. I finished yours.
Yay!
Here's what it looks like.
Ah! Yes!
Ta-da! And I made a few other ones, too. There's some here.
Oh, those are so cool.
Yeah.
I know those are for other friends you have, but I'll just take all of them.
Hey, I will make as many as you want, because clearly I have the time now.
Right?
We'll just start making Cinema Gals friendship bracelets and selling them.
Yo, merch.
We got merch now.
Merch. Power of friendship. Okay, so I looked it up. I found the museum. It's the Military Museum. I thought it had another name, but it's just the Military Museum.
Sounds spooky.
Oh, just you wait.
Oh, no.
It's a very nice museum, honestly. Like, there's tanks outside, and obviously it's all about the Canadian military and all the great stuff that they do for us.
Mm-hmm.
But if I remember correctly, when you walk in, there's like a little bridge you walk across to do all the exhibits. Man, I know we're like in quarantine, can't go anywhere, but like I want to go to this museum once everything's done because it's been a long time. But there's stairs that go below where the bridge is, and they have all these like very real life war people, like not like wax dolls, but like what's the word I'm looking for? But like they made like people, and they're it's supposed to be like a stand-in stage, right? So they're doing actions like either shooting another person's platoon, or there was a creepy one where it was like a first aid tent. So there's these soldiers who were bleeding and nurses who were taking care of them, and we all had to sleep on that level with all these things.
What?
And I just remember, so to be fair, like when you're that young, like it's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
So there were so many girls who were crying and they couldn't sleep, and so like I ended up me and my friend ended up staying up, and we were playing Pokemon on our Game Boy because we're like, well, we can't sleep, I guess we'll just play video games.
Yeah, that's traumatizing as a young kid. Like, of all the places you'd pick to spend the night, why would you spend a night in the museum?
Right? And
Like, if it's Ben Stiller's night at the museum, that sounds like fun. But
or anything out, like it was just real. I think they regretted it immediately the next morning. They were just like, yeah, no.
Oh gosh.
Actually, know what'd be worse? In a museum for murderers.
Oh.
Link in it back. And I think that will be our podcast for today.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up. Any final thoughts?
Don't murder people. Don't be a dick. Wash your hands. And
Don't sleep in a museum.
don't sleep in museums because it doesn't pan out well.
Oh my gosh.
And the power of friendship.
Yes.
With Kendra's friendship bracelets on now for $15.99. Sold online, contactless delivery. It's all good.
Delivery.
We wrapped it up like a friendship bracelet around your wrist that you can get now for getting on Kendra's store.
Link in the bio.
But that is it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday or whatever day we managed to get this out. Hopefully on time. We're positive we will do it. I don't know about that. But anyways, have a good night, everyone. Or day, whatever.
Stay safe. Be well. Everybody have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Monkey, monkey,
And slap.